an hour and a half later, and here you, I found it, mommy. And I'm like, what? I forgot I even put it in there. And he finds the nickel.
What's going on? Gary Hardy with Brunner's Lawn and Services here. And today I want to shout from the mountaintops and recognize all the mothers out there, but especially my mom. Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing mothers out there. But today I want to spotlight my incredibly dear mother, Judi Hummel. Today is a special day for us to celebrate and honor the incredible love, care, and sacrifice that mothers make every single day. From the moment they bring us into the world, they show us unwavering support, guidance, and affection. They are our biggest cheerleaders, our confidants, and our role models. But today I want to get a bit personal with you. I want to share with you a video that my mother and I completed back in 2021. I'm going to share with you 3 stories that we talked about that shaped my entire life. The first story here involves me as a child digging in a toy box, searching for a nickel.
I was trying to get through nursing school, and it was exhausting because you guys were constantly playing. Well, you took more naps than anybody because
I still do.
He likes to sleep. But I was like, look, I got to study. I said, I've got an idea, Rhonda. She's like, what? I said, I'm going to put money in the bottom of the toy box. So I got a nickel, and I threw it. I put it in the very bottom of the toy box. And I said, you guys, there's money in the toy box. Whoever finds it gets to keep it. So everybody started looking in the toy box, started throwing toys. About 5 minutes later, Michelle's out there. She got distracted. Well, that wasn't unusual for Michelle. Dwayne, he was a baby. You know, you were about 2.5.
He didn't have hair yet, did he? Was he still bald?
He had very white hair. And an hour and a half later, and here you go, I found it, mommy. And I'm like, what? I forgot I even put it in there. And he finds the nickel. Like, oh my God.
As you can see, perseverance and hard work have been embedded into my very being since I was a toddler. I do ask that you forgive me for that stupid white hat that I'm wearing. It must have been some midlife phase or whatnot that I was going through back in 2021. I promise you, I don't wear that anymore. Okay, so our next video is one of how my great-grandmother influenced my mother musically, which in turn influenced me to play the drums.
It starts out as a child, though. My grandmother was a concert pianist, taken out of school and sent to Toledo to take concert piano. And she did that for many, many years. So when I was a child, my grandma at first she had a baby grand. Then she got a regular one. When she had so many grandkids, there wasn't room for the baby grand. And she taught me how to play. And then I got a guitar when I was 13. And then in 80s, we started this band. And we had a 12-channel mixer.
All in my basement.
In the basement, which we lined with egg cartons. And it was completely sealed.
Didn't you guys go to like Kroger and stuff and ask them if they
Yes.
had egg cartons?
And we had carpet halfway up the wall. So then what was the wet bar in that basement, we enclosed with plexiglass to make a sound booth. So
yeah, this is what I grew up with, James.
So we had a 12-channel mixer, plus we had a pretty high-tech drum machine, which gave us 4 more channels, because drum machines have their own mixer. So altogether, we had 16 channels. And we recorded, we played, and we did the circuit. But I played keyboards and sang, but I can also play a little bit of guitar, and I can play a little bit of bass. But we had pretty expensive, we had very high quality instruments. I had a Roland D50 and a Yamaha DX7. and had a Gibson bass, and we had a Pearl drum set, which Gary liked drums, and he had a Smurf drum set when he was 2.5, and I had to make him not play it because Jennifer was a baby and they shared a bedroom back then, and I'm like, you're waking the baby up. Give me those drumsticks. So, but when he was 5, we had the room, and he could play a whole kit. He could play double kick bass. And so Paul did play For Whom the Bell Tolls, the guitar part. I played the bass. And Gary could play For Whom the Bell Tolls at 5 years old.
Right along with them. They would let me come down and play.
Yeah, Gary would say, "Can I play?" And we'd let him play for a while before we would start practicing. And we did some gigs. We played Led Zeppelin, Judas Priest, White Snake, Guns N' Roses.
So these outfits,
Iron Maiden.
I remember these outfits, like the one in that picture.
Spandex.
She had blue and black, like tiger stripes. You had a white and black tiger stripe. She had the little frizzy things off of the, oh gosh.
And little gloves.
I will tell you, it was pretty cool playing on that 12-piece professional drum set when I was just 5 years old. Makes it really hard to tinker on the small sets that I play today. Okay, folks, so military service is a very special topic in my wife and I's families. My mother, my stepfather, my father, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, heck, the list goes on, have all served in the military. That's what makes this last video so special. This last story is one of how my mother dealt with my combat deployment in Afghanistan back in 2001. Enjoy.
So, you being a veteran, and Memorial Day is coming up, so thank you for your service, Mom.
And thank you for your service, son.
So I've never actually asked you this, so you're going to get emotional. Are you ready to get emotional?
Oh, stop.
What was it like for you when I was at war?
Terrible. One time, apparently, I had to quit watching the news because one time on the news it came that a cache of explosive had blown up and some soldiers were killed. And it happened to be in Afghanistan, close to where you built that air base in Bagram. And I'm like freaking out because sometimes, he would call whenever he would get an opportunity. So I'm waiting. And he calls me, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're alive." He goes, "Why wouldn't I be alive?" I'm like, "I hate you," because he didn't even know that had happened, that there were people, because, he was out.
I appreciate you hanging out and allowing me to share with you that special person in my life, my mother. She means a lot to me, and I hope that your mothers mean a lot to you, and you should give them a special thanks. But before I end this video, I want to thank the mother of my child, my wife, Shannon Hardy. She is by far one of the most special mothers that there are out there in the entire universe. And I want to thank her for choosing me to be her husband, and for God choosing her to be our son's mother. I'm Gary Hardy with Brunner's Lawn and Services. Thank you very much for watching this video, and happy Mother's Day.